Take three!
Welcome to the Crazy Town Podcast. I'm Jonas.
And I'm TNT Dynamite, the explosive one. Let's crack into another one.
TNT.
Yo.
Why are these rappers doing stuff that we got to talk about?
All right, brother. Look, all right. Let's start off by saying is that if anybody is being subject to any of the allegations that are brought up in today's episode, I just want to let you know is that there is help for you and that we take that very seriously. So if you are in a relationship or you know somebody who is being hurt, help them out.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. There's resources.
All right, so recently, not only Diddy, but Sean S. Carter,
Sean Dot.
Jay-Z, has been accused of assault in a complaint filed in a New York federal court.
Yeah.
There was an unnamed Jane Doe that has added Jay-Z to a defendant in a civil lawsuit.
Yeah, civil.
That was originally brought against Sean P. Diddy Combs.
Yeah.
It was at an MTV Video Music Awards after party back in 2000.
I think you're leaving a part out.
What part am I leaving out?
She's 13.
We're getting there, man.
I mean, come on, man. That's the most important part.
It's the most important. Everybody knows that part. And I'm trying, it's not a minute and a half in the video yet. But there was a music video awards after party back in 2000. According to the civil lawsuit filed in the federal court on Sunday, the lawyer for the plaintiff, Tony Busby, claims that after the party, the alleged victim was driven to an after party and forced to sign a non-disclosure agreement. She was given a drink that made her feel woozy and lightheaded. When she went into a bedroom to lie down, Busby claims that she was assaulted by two stars with a third female celebrity that watched on. The music icon has strongly denied these allegations, calling the lawsuit a blackmail attempt.
Yeah. So let me tell you something.
Go ahead, man.
If I show up at a party and the first thing I got to do is sign an NDA.
That honestly, that's how you can tell you broke. Because I'm just saying, that's how you can tell. That's how you can tell.
Yeah.
Didn't me and you go and see that one movie, not The Eyes Wide Shut. It was like, what was it called? The one where they're
Mouth
like
wide open?
The one where like giving the ladies like the snake venom.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking
Channing
about.
Tatum being a creepy guy.
Yeah, and it was like a creepo movie. Blink twice.
That's what it was.
Yeah, so if you're ever partying with these rich types, man, they're a lot about that.
Well, it's like, we're taking your phone.
Yeah.
And here's an NDA. We about to have some fun.
Because their image has to be protected at all times. But either way, similarly in this case, Jay-Z wants to be protected at all times and want his image protected. So he obviously came out with a statement.
Oh, I love this. I love this statement.
You love the statement.
Yeah. I love the simpleness of it.
All right, it says my lawyer received a blackmail attempt. They called a demand letter from Tony Busby, and he says, "No, sir, I will not be intimidated by this. It has had the opposite effect. It has empowered me. The allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whoever would commit a crime against a minor should be locked away. Wouldn't you not agree? The alleged victims would deserve real justice if it were that type of case." Now, the fact that it is a civil case is of note because that means is that obviously this is a crime. The statute of limitations in New York, I believe there is no statute of limitation for a crime of this nature when it's concerning a minor.
Yeah. So he's basically like, make me go to jail for this. That's basically what he said. All right.
I'm going to read a little bit more from it because there was one bar I really wanted to get from this statement.
Let's listen.
"I have no idea how you have come to be such a deplorable human, Mr. Busby, but I promise you I have seen your kind many times over. I'm more than prepared to deal with your type. You claim to be a Marine. Marines are known for their valor. You have neither honor nor dignity. My own heartbreak is for my family, my wife, and I have to sit our children down, one of whom is at the age where her friends will surely see the press and ask questions about the nature of these crimes, and explain the cruelty and greed of people. I mourn yet another loss of innocence. Children should not have to endure such pain at an age it is unfair to have to try to understand inexplicable degrees of malice meant to destroy families and human spirit. You have made a terrible error in judgment thinking that all celebrities are the same. I'm not from your world. I'm a young man who made it from the projects of Brooklyn. We do not play these types of games. We have a strict code of honor. We protect children. You seem to exploit people for your personal gain. Only your network of conspiracy theorists, fake physics will believe the idiotic claims you have leveled against me that, if not for the seriousness surrounding harm to kids, would be laughable. So he is insinuating that Tony Busby is essentially just trying to bring him in for a sit down so that they can talk about the money that needs to exchange hands for this problem to go away.
Yeah, but here's my thing.
Go ahead. Tell me what's your
no,
thing?
just with that.
Yeah.
Most of the time, if they're looking for money, they're going to hit them up before they go public with it.
Yeah, they did. They did that with this case.
So
we don't know necessarily like what happened behind closed doors before this happened.
If you want my honest hot take,
what's that?
He coming back a little too strong, man. If someone did that to me, I'd be like, look, those allegations are false.
Yeah, that's
take me for criminal court if you want. You don't have to go.
Wait a minute. Wait,
hold on. You don't have to go all the way down to like I'm from Brooklyn. We respect kids. These people like should be going to jail forever and shit. Like, bro, why? Why do you need to go into the whole lore?
Because obviously you have to do that.
That's like the guy who gets caught cheating. He's like, look at my phone. You want to look at my phone? I didn't think so. Well, you don't trust me? Like, that's the vibe I got from that.
And that's not the vibe I got from that, because the vibe I got from is exactly what you said you would do if it happened to you. I would be like, these allegations are crazy. Take me to criminal court. Boom. That's all he really said. He said a lot of other things.
He said a lot of other stuff.
He did say a lot. He dressed it up a little bit. He's a media pop star. If you were sitting on
overcompensating.
If you were sitting on this couch long enough and somebody accused you of this and you saw the media press that was taken, I'm not caping for Jay-Z. I don't know. I don't know the man, but in this conversation, yeah, okay, fine. I'll be that guy.
Yeah, right? He's overcompensating.
If I were sitting on this couch, somebody made the statements about me, I feel like I would come up with a similar response to it. Maybe not as dressed up because I didn't grow up in Brooklyn, but I mean, yeah, you gotta kind of throw the dogs off your scent a little bit. Now the point is that Jay-Z has also filed a lawsuit against this guy. For those who don't know Tony Busby, he has a history of some famous cases. He was one of the leading lawyers on the BP oil spill.
Yeah.
And that made him one of the most successful lawyers in Texas. He was spearheading the 20 clients that had a case against Deshaun Watson. And he also spearheaded the $750 million case against Travis Scott after the Astroworld incident. That one had 120 victims. The current case against Diddy has 50 plaintiffs. This whole lawsuit was originally brought against Sean Diddy Combs. Jay-Z was then added to it. But the female that was stated in the case, her name has not been disclosed as of yet.
So here's a little bit about why I find all this a little fishy. Beyonce said she did not meet Jay-Z till she was 18 years old, and they cultivated a nice little friendship for a while before they got together.
Yes.
Why is there pictures of them hanging out when they were 16 online all of a sudden? Lies about hanging out with minors, yo.
So Destiny's Child's first album would have come out. They were known something else, Dream Girls or Girl Dreams, something like that beforehand. Yes, there are pictures of them together prior to her being 18.
Yeah. Then why lie and say you met when you were 18 if you weren't doing something wrong?
Yeah.
Untrustworthy. Overcompensating.
I don't know Jay-Z. I can't like you're looking at me like I'm going to give you an answer. I don't know what to tell you.
Did y'all forget that Jay-Z stabbed a man in the stomach in 1999? Right, I forgot all about it.
I mean, yeah, but time marches on. Look, okay, so here's the thing. Jay-Z is 55 years old. He was born in 1969. Beyonce is 43 years old.
That seems.
That's the age. She was born in 1981.
Dang.
So they are 13 years apart. No, 14 years apart, right? Ooh.
Batman and Robin.
Yeah, it don't sound bad when she's 43 and he's 55, but yeah.
When she was 16,
he was 28, yeah. So
they're just friends, though. 28-year-olds are friends with 16-year-olds.
So when she was 18, he was 30. Look, I'm not gonna sit up here and act like that's not some creep show shit. All right, I'm not gonna sit up here and act like it's not. Obviously needs to be talked about because it is kind of wild. But I am not gonna say is that infraction, as weird as it may look, it may not be illegal. We don't know. We don't know on this one. We can only talk about now. I don't feel like that looking a little creepy is necessarily indicative of this being 100% true.
I'm not saying it's true, but I'm saying if you F with minors once,
Brother,
you probably F with minors before.
You don't know if he F'd with her when she was a minor.
Just F with her in general. You ain't hanging out with 16-year-olds, man. It doesn't matter if you're just friends.
You do if it's like a Justin Bieber or Beyonce knows or Michael Jackson
Would you?
Yes,
yeah?
because they're musical artists at that age. I'm sorry. Taylor Swift was 16 in high school with her first album out. Sometimes, you got to talk to 16-year-olds. I'm sorry, in the business when you're doing music. So if the images of them together are public or they're taken from a magazine or an article or something, then they're going to be in close proximity. I ain't like when people pull this shit with Drake and Millie Bobby Brown. They go and do a press photo shoot, and people are like, "Oh, they must be effing." Yeah, they were effing in front of all the cameras that was there. Come on, like for real. Come on, bro. I'm just saying, man. It's like, you take a picture with a 16-year-old, you can make up a million different stories with it. Taking my daughter to band camp, hanging out with my best friend, I don't know, making new music with this artist, or somebody can look at that and be like, oh, he's probably a sicko. He's probably a PDF file.
I mean,
and I'm not here to cape for PDFs. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, Adobe's greatest hits, you know what I'm saying?
But I will say is that I will wait to see. We're all going to have to wait and see what happens from this case.
Oh, if it comes out after that statement, he's going to look like the extra biggest scumbag.
Jay-Z is experiencing a lot of blowback from this. As far as like the NFL, about his role in the NFL. He is picking a lot of halftime shows. They've shown nothing but support for him as of now. But obviously, he wants it to get done as quickly as possible. All of his constituents want this to be handled as quickly as possible. And how else do you do it? You tell that person, take me to court right now. So his lawyers have expressed to the court system that they want to expedite this trial. They want this thing to happen as quickly as possible. Their internet's already turned on them. And I'm not mad at the internet on turning on them, because when you hear these sick kind of things, it's good to know that we're treating it with the levity that it deserves. It has to be treated with a serious nature. So
yeah, I mean, he better hope they ain't got no Diddy tapes.
I look, man, if a tape comes out, the next episodes will be me eating my words, saying is that Jay-Z is a creep. But I'm not going to sit up here and say is that he is doing anything out of the ordinary in his response to the whole Tony Busby thing.
Here's what I find the most out of the ordinary.
What?
Whether it happened or not, no one's denying the 13-year-olds at the party. So why are you and Diddy hanging out with the 13-year-old at the party?
He's denying that the 13
that she was even there?
He's saying is that it never happened.
Yeah, he didn't have sex with her. But why are you hanging out? Why you
he doesn't know her at all. He's saying is that it never happened.
Oh, that like she just made up the whole thing about coming to the party?
Yes. He filed a lawsuit against Tony Busby saying that this is extortion. That it never happened, that there are claims of him essentially like prepping witnesses to go after these erroneous charges in the past.
Wait till they find the NDA she signed, and Diddy's got it.
Okay, then let that be. If Diddy has said something, then let that be. If it has legs, I'm going to let it walk. All right.
Oh man,
If it has
just
legs, I'm
interested
gonna
to
let
see
it
all the
walk.
other people that come out, like all these other things. Like it's gonna start sprinkling. It's gonna be like this is like the first wave, the first little ripple.
This ain't even the first. I feel like we've been leaning towards this since Weinstein, since Cosby. I feel like
it just takes another a little ripple.
And honestly, if he is guilty, then I want to see him brought to justice, man. Last thing I want is anybody who's doing this type of sick shit to get out here and just be walking the streets, rich or not. All right. I got
Especially if they're rich.
Yeah, I don't even like Jay-Z music. Yeah. I lived in New York for 5 years. I don't even listen to it. Whatever. I'm not here caping. I'm just saying is that I'm not going to say is that he's guilty until proven innocent. It is innocent until proven guilty. All right?
This is the man.
And if he wants to take it to court, then let's take it to court. Let's get down to brass tacks. Let's find out.
Yeah.
How do you feel about a defendant, or is it a plaintiff? It's a plaintiff being able to sue you without you even knowing who they are.
I mean,
how can you properly defend yourself if this person is a Jane Doe or a John Doe?
I mean, because if she's not, then people would attack because it's a celebrity. Like his fans would come at her.
I mean, it seems as though
as
though the fans are only going after him right now.
It's the Rush Limbaugh Sandy Hook situation.
Yeah,
it's like if she comes out and says, "Hi, I'm Susie Jenkins," then like everyone's finding Susie Jenkins. They're gonna dig through her Twitter. They're gonna look at her Facebook. They're gonna threaten her. They're gonna come to her house.
Okay, fair.
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 But I also feel that like they shouldn't announce the charges against Jay-Z in that point. They should do it all secretly.
Yes.
If what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
So if the plaintiff's going to be anonymous, then the defendant should be anonymous as well.
Until like they make a verdict or do something.
Or until they say, "Hey, why don't you come down and have some mediation with us because we have a little case here that you might be a part of, with this minor and there's some allegations. Why don't you come down and have a little conversation?" I'm not doing that. You guys are liars. You're ambulance chasers. Okay, we're going to make a statement. They already had this talk, man.
Oh, I know. Oh, yeah.
They definitely
had a talk before they announced it.
And he just didn't want to talk.
I'm sure they told him who it was.
Maybe.
I mean, man,
maybe.
He knows who it is.
I mean, I don't really know if he would have to not disclose it. If he knew, he could probably say, right? It's not illegal.
No, if the defendant is or the plaintiff is hidden, I think there's laws that you can't just be like, "Hey, it's Susie Jenkins," because it's like they're keeping her confidential for a reason. So it's almost like a contempt of court if you do that.
But he's not even in court yet.
But the case is against him.
He hasn't been subpoenaed. Or has, yeah.
Yeah, I mean they have the cases there. So, anyways,
I don't know. I'm exposing everybody.
Nothing. So
couldn't have said it better myself,
exactly.
Jonas. Good job, man.
That's all the time we have for today's episode. Please make sure to like, subscribe for Jonas.
TNT.
Oh yeah.